welcome to the .teletarts. I'm Francesca and I'm here with Dublon's Beth.
Hi.
It's nice to meet you. How are you?
Nice to meet you. I'm good, how are you?
Yeah, I'm really good, thank you. Are you excited for the tour?
I am, yeah. We started in Brighton and that was really good, and then London was good last night as well. Although I had a digestive issue.
A digestive issue?
Yeah, I had diarrhea.
Bad.
So I took 2 Imodium Plus tablets,
Yeah.
which I think it definitely saved me last night, but now I'm constipated.
Yeah, don't go to plane, you have to take like a big
Oh
thing
my
of Santa
God,
with
it's
you
just
and we're like...
terrible. And we're such a dangerous game to play.
Oh my God, it's so uncomfortable.
I know, constipation is the worst.
Yeah, I'm looking at your merch stand on the way here
yeah.
as well. And you do photos as well, don't you?
Yeah, I
You
do. I really enjoy that.
So, is that like a hobby that you picked up whilst you were in LA? Or?
No, I've actually been doing that longer than music. I can't remember when I was quite young and my parents bought me a camera, because they're both graphic designers and they've both, taken photos my whole life. And I just sort of got obsessed with like documenting things.
Yeah.
But it's like a really nice hobby to have with this job because I travel so much, so there's lots of new things to.
Yeah. Do you edit them a lot, or you kind of stick?
I used to. I used a digital camera for 3 or 4 years, and I used to edit them a lot, and then I just got bored of it. So I've gone back to film, and the only editing I'll do is if it's in colour and I prefer it to be black and white.
Yeah.
I don't do anything much else apart from that.
Yeah. So. Oh, brilliant. So this tour sort of to bring out Welcome Back to Milk.
Yeah.
Why milk? I'm intrigued.
Milk. Well, this is another digestive thing. This is perfect actually. So, the last time I was constipated was at the end of last year, just before I made the record. And me and the bass player who plays on the record used to work in the same cafe in Newcastle.
Oh, brilliant.
And we were at work, and I was telling him about my constipation, and it was something like 3 or 4 days I hadn't gone. I was in a lot of pain, and I was like, I've taken laxatives, I've drunk loads of water, anything you can think of. And I'm lactose intolerant, so he was like, oh, I'll make you a latte. Because I can't drink a whole latte, it make me shit myself. So he made me this latte, and then he passed it to me, and he was like, welcome back to milk.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that's a good title.
So you just remembered that, kept it.
Yeah, but it's when I've spoken to people and they've been like, oh yeah, it's like returning to the mother. It's like all of this stuff.
No, I just needed to go shit.
Yeah,
no.
Oh man, but yeah.
But your this album's like a lot different to what you used to do.
It is.
It's got a lot more sort of like, it's a lot like raunchier, ragier, like it's got like quite a lot of like balls to it. It's got balls. It's got lady balls.
Got more like
going on.
Aggression, and I think I'm more confident to release that in such a way. I think I think the problem that a lot of people have with the terrible twos and also teenagers is that at that age it's quite difficult to know where to, at any age really, to direct your aggression or your frustration, and it can come out in negative situations or in negative ways. But I think that I finally figured out how to put that into music and save my home life for just like happy times.
Wrecking,
yeah, exactly. So there was a lot of like releasing stuff.
Yeah.
But I think more positive.
Did you write most of the stuff whilst you were out in LA, or did you write it here or half?
Yeah, I wrote most of it when I was out in LA. I was because I'd written another version of the record, and I'd recorded that when I was in LA, and then I trashed it, and basically I didn't like it, and I think it was just because it wasn't honest at all, and I was trying to run from my own problems, and then I went to visit my friend in Malibu, who had sort of like been my friend for years, and she was just like, I know you're angry, and none of it's angry at all.
Yeah.
So I wrote most of it in the following week.
Yeah.
Because it's hard, because the first record, I didn't know if anyone was going to listen to it at all, so I could be completely myself at that time, whatever that was.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it took 3 years to come out, so by that time it already changed. But this time it's it's difficult to say things honestly if you haven't figured it out yourself, knowing that there are going to be people who will judge situations.
I like the lyrics in Mr. Hyde.
Thank you.
That's probably
I like that one
one of
as
my
well.
favourite ones. I think that is like really honest, and
Yeah.
like I like the sort of like the puns around it.
Yeah.
To do like, you know,
Yeah.
doing someone up in the kitchen. Like,
Yeah.
I love that.
That one was
like,
I wrote that a couple of weeks before we went into the studio. I wrote that one and If You're Legal, I think another one, and I called up my label. I was like, I've changed again. We're gonna go in this direction, and they were like, no.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
And they're like, again.
They're like, stick to the old songs, and I was like, no.
Yeah.
But
were you blonde before?
Was I blonde before? Yeah, I was naturally blonde until I was about 14. Then my hair changed colour.
Yeah.
And I've gone through different colours, but I've always, I was going to say levitated. I've always gravitated towards blonde.
Like Angelica.
Yeah. Like the woman from Mars Attacks.
Yeah.
No, but because I was naturally blonde for so long, even though it's totally from a bottle.
Yeah.
My guitar player the other day told me that I have disingenuous hair.
Disingenuous hair.
I was just like, oh right.
I would like to you've got guys in your band with the guys like watching you play, listening to music and stuff. Have you ever found like, I've always wondered this because you have like a lot of guys get like sort of like fangirls or like what they call fangirls.
Oh, what, like groupies?
Yeah, like a groupie fangirl sort of thing. Do you get like boy groupies?
Never once. I was talking to, do you know Emmy the Great? She makes music, she's really good, and she lives in London. She's a friend of mine, and we were talking about this, and also a girl called Soko who makes music. And I've had this conversation with loads of girls who are musicians. No groupies, none.
Yeah. Where are male groupies?
And Emmy was saying that she had even once, she was on stage, and she gave out her phone number, and then she walked through the crowd looking for someone to like take her on a date, and no one stepped forward. I don't know what it is. I've never.
I can't tell if they're scared or what do you like.
The closest I ever got was a guy in, I think it was Berlin, somewhere in Europe, and he bought me this little teddy bear, and it creeped me out so much. He was this like
something
really
from a horror film that
guy.
wakes up when you're asleep.
I was like, well, you might think I'm 6, but I'm not. Actually, I do have my own teddy bear in the van.
So you're going to say, I've still got it with me, if you're out there.
I got so freaked out that I took it upstairs and into the dressing room and I put it in the freezer.
Yeah.
But when I opened the freezer,
so it can't get out when you're sleeping.
But I opened the freezer door and there was already a plate with a wig on inside the freezer.
What?
And it was very bizarre. But that's the closest I've got to any kind.
That's Berlin for you, isn't it? The plate with a wig on it.
I know, I was like, and it was really like rock solid frozen as well.
So there should be more. So if you're a guy at a gig, like come and buy a t-shirt and you're like,
I don't know what it is. Yeah.
Throw your white fronts onto the stage and be like,
yeah. I love it. A good dirty pair of white fronts.
Yeah, just flying up.
In my face.
That would just be like, you know you're having a bad day, constipation. Here's some oxygen.
Yes!
Like a bottle of milk.
That'd be the best. Someone bought me a beer the other day, which was nice. Yeah. But it wasn't romantic, he was with his girlfriend. But that was really nice. Another lady offered to knit me some socks.
The music video that's gone wild.
The Black Flag one.
Yeah, Black Flag one. What, like, did you purposely go for like a sort of like fear and loathing thing with it, or was that
probably
not like a...
I love fear and loathing, and I love that kind of, fear and loathing and like Tarantino movies and sort of those kind of like cult American movies are what I sort of grew up in. Like, I've got to go to America, and sort of like spaghetti westerns and like West Coast music and all that stuff was a big influence. And I love the desert so much, and so I think that was a big thing. And I know because like I wrote most of the record in LA, it was important for me to sort of have the videos match the sound. The sound. Even if it was just in my head, but you can't just like run out to Peak District. Hey, get some like sheep back here. I'm gonna go to the Lake District with my mum in like 3 weeks. I'm so excited.
Oh really?
It's gonna be the best. I'm gonna sit in a field,
have a picnic,
smell the cow pants, the grass meal. Yeah.
Oh brilliant. Well, thank you very much.
Thank
it's been
you.
lovely talking to you. I had a great time.
Thanks.
See you later. Thank you very much.